All right. Hello, everybody. I am so glad that you're able to join me today. I have a wonderful special guest. I have Allison Brunning here, and has a really unique company and service that she provides for moms, specifically moms of autistic children, because it's such a challenging area. I don't have any autistic children myself, but I have friends do, and I just see the challenges that are encountered by it. But Allison has a very unique offering, and I just want her to bring her on here and share with everybody what it is that she does. So Allison offers actually, I'll call it tutoring and classroom teachings. Is that how you would describe it?
Well, we have a private school option, an online private school.
Okay.
We have courses that parents can pick and choose from as well, or they can enroll their child into a program. We have 4 different programs. So we are really, truly personalized. And even in our private school, one thing I tell my parents is, even though we have a private school option, it's not systematic, because with this population, we also deal with gifted and special needs. So you more than likely, if you have a gifted child, they're probably accelerating in one area, but they have a learning disability somewhere else, or they have physical or mental. About 95% of gifted kids have that duality going on. And for example, I have an IQ of 140. I'm spatially gifted, meaning that languages, arts, they're so easy for me. But when it comes to mathematics, I have a learning disability in math. This is why I don't teach higher math at our school. So.
And let me just clarify for everybody, you're an online school, which means that you have a global reach. So we're not just talking about parents and children that are in the continental United States. That's what I want to make sure that everybody, that's watching this had a clear understanding of why I want to bring you here, because I think this is just so extraordinary.
Yes, I've had students in Australia, England, New Zealand. We've had interest in the Netherlands. We help parents all over the world. When I started Academic Warriors 3 years ago, it was kind of a fluke. I know that sounds bad, but it was. I've been a certified teacher for 20 years. I've taught in private schools, public schools. I've even taught at a university. And I was working on my PhD, and I am autistic myself. I'm autistic, spatially gifted, have a learning disability and a speech delay, which is not uncommon for, like I said, for kids to have more than one. So, and my question was, where are all the autistic adults? Where are all the gifted adults? Where are the special needs adults? Why are we not hearing from them? Because, if it's not like, okay, 18, I'm solved, woo, it's gone. It doesn't work that way. And so I did my research, and I found out that half of this population commits suicide by 18.
Really?
Yes. And it's because the systematic approach we have in education does not fit their learning styles and their learning needs. We don't do duality, like splitting, like letting a child go in 4th grade math when they're in 2nd grade. We don't do that. So we don't, and also their learning style is more independent. Your autistic kid does not like you being over their shoulder 24/7. So a lot of times, if you're having behavioral issues, you're having a behavioral issue because they need to be left alone to do their work.
Okay.
They're leaders. They are naturally born leaders. So so the meltdowns come because they're overstimulated. For example, I cannot hear a conversation when a TV's on or when a radio's on. It overstimulates me. Okay. And that my husband is not autistic. He's Gen Pop. Gen Pop means general population. Well, he's gifted, but he doesn't have that sensitivity. And one thing we have to remember with autistic, this is a spectrum. This is not one autistic is the same. So I'm on the higher spectrum, meaning I can live independently. but we have autistics that are not, and we have them in the middle. Plus, autism demonstrates itself differently in girls than it does boys. Girls are more social than boys.
Right.
Not too social. I mean, I'm a public figure. I'm a best-selling author. I've been in the forefront, you know, in my field and everything for a while, but I am not someone who craves attention. I think it's so funny. I have those moments where I just have to be away from people. I do, and that's typical for autistics because, you know, we're lone wolves kind of sometimes. But the best thing I have done when I taught at a private school, the private school only wanted gifted teachers because we understand the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best thing that ever happened in my life because I finally had people who understood me. And
Okay.
you can get these kids in a group, and if they understand there's other people like them. I cannot tell you how many times I've had kids come up to me and say I'm the only one in the world that has autism. They don't know there's other people out there with this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they don't see the adults. Well, when I went back to my research and I found that quota, I went, wait a minute, so what's happening to the other half? If we know half of them are alive, what's happening to them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found in my research, half of that half is in jail, doing drugs, are alcoholics, living risky behaviors. Mm-hmm. My husband was a correctional nurse for many years. And I just looked at that and I went, are you serious? Why are we putting our autistic and gifted population in jail? Mm-hmm. We should be using them in society to solve our problems. And so I asked him, I said, this can't be real. And he said, it's absolutely real, Allison. You should see everything that they try to pull in jail. And I was just dumbfounded. And so basically the statistics are showing us that as the population gets older, mm-hmm. more and more of this population is dying out.
So let's go back to what the schooling that you offer here. What age do you work with in terms of children? I call them children, but maybe they're young adults too. So
we go from first grade to seniors in high school.
Okay.
And our approach, because when I was doing the statistics, my thinking is if you find a problem, there has to be a solution. Mm-hmm. And so I was asking, okay, what in society are we doing about it? And I found out absolutely nothing. And so I got so appalled. I told my husband, I'm leaving my PhD studies and I'm starting Academic Warriors. And I've been doing it for 3 years. So our system of education is not your standard system of education. Mm-hmm. I tell the kids they are superheroes. And just like superheroes in comics, society does not understand that superhero. They don't understand their superpowers or stuff. Mm-hmm. And I tell my kids straight up, this world does not understand you, but that's okay. Because you are a Superman or you're Superwoman. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're academic warriors, because we are not only teaching these kids academically, we're giving them confidence. We're teaching them life skills, critical thinking, analytical thought, personalization skills, mm-hmm. How to act in a society that doesn't get you. And so our school offers personalized instruction for your student.
And so you said that you have like a private school as well as programs and classes. Can you give me some idea, and the moms that are watching this, some idea of what those differences are between those different, I guess, lines that you offer?
Sure. Well, our philosophy is that educating a child is really a 3-person job: the teacher, the parent, and the student. Mm-hmm. So parents can choose, hey, I just want to try this. So they can buy a course on our website.
Okay.
And they can have the kid go through that course. And we don't teach like a whole textbook. Okay, so we take it by subject matter, because I understand as homeschool parents, you may be an expert in one area, like say U.S. history, you may know everything except the Civil War, and you're scrambling going, oh my goodness, I have to cover this, I have no idea what to do. Well, we teach the U.S. Civil War on our website.
Mhm.
And so a parent that wants more control over it, they could just pick a subject area and pay for and have us teach that online for them. We also have programs. We have a publishing house attached to our school where our students can actually have published books and earn royalties off of them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you. We have a young authors program where I teach the kids. I give them all my best-selling author skills. I teach them from how to write short stories to how to write a children's book. We participate in NaNoWriMo under the Young Writers Program.
Mhm.
And so when they go through the Young Authors Program, they're producing a lot of short stories, but they also produce 2 full-length novels, a children's book, and some of their writings published on our website. And then also we publish anthologies. So they're in like, I think it's like 2 or 3 anthologies, 2 novels, and several children's books.
Wow.
But and we just launched also a young editors course, because I had a lot of parents going, wait, my child's already written a novel, but I don't know what to do. And I had about 10 or 12 parents in a group say, I need help. And so I wrote a course called Young Editor, where they actually learn how to professionally edit their own work.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Thank you. And so I'm that person that you tell me what you need, I'll write the course for you.
I mean,
And so
talk about individualized, personalized education. You know, you don't get it any more personalized and individualized than that. Now, you keep mentioning homeschool. Do you offer this only as an adjunct for parents that choose to homeschool, or is this also in addition to maybe a child that's in a public school system or in another private institution already getting I'll call it classical traditional education?
all of it.
Okay.
We work with all the kids because we understand that the kids are in different areas. As for your private school, we don't put what we teach that year because of the fact that we base it off if you're in the United States, we base it off your standards.
Okay.
So you're meeting the state standards. There are some states that will give kids diplomas, homeschool kids diplomas, and then there's some states that don't. They have to take the GED. So we have some kids that are in our private school option that all they have to do is choose the work, show the work. And then we've got some that are getting ready. We'll help them through the GED to prepare for the GED.
Okay.
We are also working with charter school systems out in California. We're members of several charter schools out there.
Oh.
So you can use charter school funds in California to pay for academic warriors.
That's good to know for all of our moms that are in that state. That's really very helpful information.
Yes. So and we have a lot of kids from Inspire. We're also with Summit. And we've got a couple other out there. So if you have a mom who's like, wait a minute, I'm in a charter school, I need some help, just have them contact me and I'll let you know if I'm there. If I'm not, then I will apply to that charter school and get it so that you can get your funding.
Wonderful. Such great stuff that you offer here. Now, are you the only teacher, or do you actually have a staff of teachers to help you manage all of the students that want to come through your programs?
I have a staff, but I'm also hiring right now too.
Oh.
So if there's a homeschool mom that is a certified teacher and says, hey, I want to try this out, then come and apply. My teachers make their own schedule. They write their courses, they make their own schedule. We with the schedule with the kids, we don't, if it's set, if we say we have it at this time, that's because we already have somebody that's arranged that course. We cap our courses up to 10 kids. Once we hit 10, we don't hire them. 10 is a lot even with autistic kids. So,
I'm sure.
yeah. But I mean, if you tell me, hey, Allison, my kid cannot handle being in a group environment, then we offer private lessons as well. And here's the thing, I don't charge you extra for a private lesson.
Oh.
I don't do it because I don't believe that a child should be penalized for something that they can't do yet.
Wow.
So,
that's wonderful. Now,
thank you.
can you describe how this works online, especially when you have more than one student. Is it something where you do a classroom kind of like this, what we're doing now with like a Zoom room type thing where you've
It is
got all the students appearing, there's one central teacher that's teaching, I guess, the curriculum or whatever the topic is that day, and then the students participate in it as you would in a typical classroom? Is that how it works?
exactly. We use Zoom.
Okay.
We use Zoom rooms. And then we have some other organizations that have stepped in and is saying, wow, we love what Academic Warriors is. Um, we use Zoom. We have something called Classcraft, which is offered to school systems.
Mhm.
And it allows your student to create a hero. They get to create a mage, a warrior, or a healer, and they get to dress the earn money to buy armor. They can have a pet. They earn power points where they can do certain magical things. And what I really love about Classcraft is they even can help each other out. So if someone's dying, someone else can come in and protect them from dying. Um, so it encourages cooperation and social skills among them. It also has a quest feature where it's not just homework, you're actually doing a quest on Classcraft to do your homework.
Wow, that's great because I know, like you said, it allows some of that socialization that if, a kid's getting homeschooled, they may not have that opportunity, but yet it's in a manner, I guess, that your students can really participate in.
Yes, and we have a membership program. So if there's a homeschool parent in your group that's like, oh, wow, this is so cool, I want to do this, but I can't think of a course, they can sign up for our 1-year membership. It's $25 for the first year, and then your renewal is $15 for every year. This membership allows you to take any course, any program, or be in the on roll. It also gives you some extra goodies because this year Scholastic has stepped up and said, look what you are doing. And they normally, homeschool parents, you have no access to Scholastic News or any of that stuff. They stepped in and said, you can give it to your homeschool parents. Here, we recognize you as a private school.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. So that's great news for parents that are homeschooling or maybe even thinking about homeschooling, just to know that there are people like yourself and your school that are out there to kind of be that adjunct, that arm for maybe the mom that feels a little overwhelmed and scared to jump in because maybe they're not a certified teacher and don't really know what they're getting into, but they know that their child needs those extra skills that
Yes.
somebody like yourself can offer them, especially, as you mentioned, they're on that spectrum. Either they're gifted or they're somewhere on the autism spectrum. So that's amazing. And how does the tutoring work? Do they just kind of contact you and say, my kid needs tutoring on this particular subject
Yep.
or this particular class, and it's just kind of like a one-time thing? How does that work?
It's the same thing. They just contact me, say, my kid needs tutoring in this area, and can you please help me? Oh no, I lost my video. Hold on a second. My computer needed to be plugged in, and I hit the switch accidentally. Yes, they could do the tutoring that way. It's a safe thing. You just tell me what you need, how many courses you need, and we will set that up for you. And on the membership thing, they're not on. You not only get Scholastic, but Pizza Hut Book Up program has stepped up and recognized Academic Warriors as well. So homeschool families now have an opportunity for their kids to earn free pizzas every month during the Book Up program when they come through us.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. So I've got to tell, I mean, all the moms I'm sure want to just jump in and find you. So your website is Academic Warriors. Is that correct?
academicwarriors.com.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
share a link with everybody so they can just click on it and find you and find out more about your programs, what you offer, how to contact you, because just such a rich, valuable resource that you have here. And I thank you
Thank
so much for jumping on and taking the time to chat with me a little bit and share about what it is that you do, because such a valuable resource and service that you're doing for our kids there.
Well, thank you so much. I love helping these kids and anything to get these kids, going, and we love working and with organizations like y'all. We have some other organizations that have stepped up. We're doing the Big History Project, which is they have donated their curriculum to us, which is Bill Gates. He wrote that curriculum. And then we also flylady.net. I'm sure a lot of moms who know who the Fly Lady is.
Okay.
Super organization skills. She stepped up and donated her entire organizational curriculum to us so that we can use her method to teach our kids how to be organized. So if
I
you
need
want,
that for my own kids.
go for it. It's right on the website. It's called Junior Executive. And so I use it. I mean, I've been using it for a while, and it works perfect with autistic kids. And I had told her that, you know, I'm autistic and I use it, and would she mind giving it to the kids, you know, so we could use it. And she stepped up and said, here you go. Take it away. And we're also working with Nate Orlowick, who's a famous historian.
Okay.
So he's been working with us too. So we have all these people stepping up and seeing the program for what it is. And I'm continually looking for more people that we can work with, just so we can help this population, because this is so near and dear to my heart. And I want your kids to survive, and not just survive. I want them to thrive in a world and be the best that they can be. And so this personalized approach to education, it works.
Yeah.
And so I just, let me help you do it, and go from there.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much again for taking the time to chat with me. And I'm sure you'll be hearing from some of our moms reaching out to you at different points when they need your assistance in helping to support their kids in their educational endeavors. So thank you so much, Allison Brunning from Academic Warriors.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to talking to your parents. It's academicwarriors.com. I'm also on Facebook. And you can find me on Facebook. I'm pretty easy to find because of
Okay.
my being a best-selling author. I'm all over the place.
Awesome.
And then if you want to email me, it's Brunning, BRUNING @academicwarriors.com.
Okay. Excellent. And I'm sure people can find that also on the website, right? Correct? They can have.
Absolutely. Everything's on there. There's a contact form on the website. You can just fill that out. It'll send it to me. If you want to register your child or for membership, that everything's on the website. You just got to go there and see the forms. But if you have problems with the website, or you want some more information, you're not real too sure about which way to go, just contact me and I'll be happy to help you out.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks again, Allison.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.